Hello, YouTube Let's Play. We are back with the Ace Attorney Trilogy. We're going to do case number 3 and probably a 2-part series. We have the Twitch chat over there. Right there. I actually can point at them because the screen. Took me about 5 minutes to set it up like this. And we're going to do Ace Attorney. I don't even know if... I think my entire YouTube Let's Play audience is Twitch chat anyways. So you get to watch this again. Let's do it. Let's continue. We are on episode 3. I'm going to try not to stand in the way. What up, Chibi? Load. Okay, should I put my glasses on? I can't fucking read. Wait, I need to put my glasses on. I can't read. Yeah, +5 intelligence. The warrior swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. Once has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. I'm just a floating body here. October 14th, 5:31 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. That rocked. See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa, stop waving that broom. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here. What was the surreal show you were watching? What? Nick? You mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? Steel Samurai. He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? And what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17, see? Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. I'm older than Phoenix Wright. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. I'm older than Phoenix Wright. It is a travesty, a blundering mountain of hatred and rage. Man, I don't like getting older because now I'm older than all these video game characters. Dude, I'm older than Jason Tatum. This guy is like a 4-time NBA All-Star, and I'm older than him. And I don't feel that old, but this guy, like, oh my God, he has a kid. He's had sex. I haven't. Like, Jason Tatum is living life. And watch it with me. He's really cool, and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I don't really worry about kids these days. Me too, Phoenix. Gramps! Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. Don't worry, we'll get some clients. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time, but no one paid any attention to the Wright & Co. law offices. How am I gonna pay the rent this month? Subathon. It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. We can do a subathon on Twitch. October 16th, 8:14 a.m. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Oh, shit. Bring! Beep. Hello, this is Phoenix. Nick! Maya? What? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain! Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean, he actually did it in real life. He skewed a villain with his samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office, quick, please, Nick. Beep. October 16th, 9:22 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. What up, Vic Vic? Maya's here watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Power plays the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate's costume. The samurai spear was also found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. More at 11. Now, Jason Tatum's big basketball highlights is his 4th time All-Star. This has to be a joke. No, it's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. Bring. Yes, Wright & Co. Law Offices. What? Nick, it's the Steel Samurai. What? Yes, of course. We'll be right over. Let's go, Nick. Go. October 16th, Detention Center, Visitors Room. What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client, that's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he definitely did it. Murder, at least once, maybe twice. Whoa, what are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No. This is getting off to a great start. I know, you're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh, no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got that part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I'd never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know? I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh, I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams, eh? I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. Nick. What? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah, he didn't do it. Zulu, is it everything you've ever wanted it to be? Let's talk to Will Powers here. What happened? Maybe you could start by telling us what happened, Mr. Powers. Oh yeah, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 o'clock this morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon, and my eyes were the size of the moon. But when 5 o'clock came around the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He had been expertly skewed with the samurai spear. Samurai spear? Yeah, it's a long spear that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's new to this and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Neo Tokyo, fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate, although I guess he did defeat him this time. I see. Who comes up with these names? Now, where were you on the day of the murder? My nose is itchy, I'm sorry. Well, the morning I came to the studios at 9 o'clock. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5 o'clock, but I was a little tired. So after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5 o'clock. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder? Some action hero. What will the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right. Global Studios, I'll draw you a map. Wow, Nick, let's go. I'm willing to bet $10 she asked for autographs. All right, guys, so we have to move to the scene of the murder at the studios. Get ready for Grandma. October 16th, Global Studios, main gate. Wow, so this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome, aren't you excited? Hey, you there. You want in, you gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. But we're, lawyers. Oh, yeah? Well, that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snoop around. Youths today, something horrible happens and all you can think, wasting your time. Do you have jobs you should be doing or the lawyer's work like the rest of us? Maybe I should become a lawyer too. Sounds like a life as me. I was all young and then different and strange, happy clothes. What are the youngs? Oh my god. Nick? Will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know. It's possible. Hey! Listen when you're being spoken to, youths today. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid. Don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jackhammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. Why are you so certain that Mr. Powers is the killer, madam? I was standing right here yesterday, I was here from 1 p.m. in the afternoon to 5 p.m. when they found the body. Now, the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers. Hey, Laura. Yeah, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it. Let's ask about the studios. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No! You were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too. He was. Hammer? A victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best work. What kind of person was Mr. Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if you only knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him penises. It's enough to make you cry. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns this place. Obviously. Let's examine. We got the computers. The computer that runs the studio camera. No touchies. Okay. Gotta do some examination. Overhead map of the studios. Employee area. Left is the film studio. Okay. A nice van here. Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. Probably. Main entrance to the studio. The big scene here yesterday. Onlookers pressing up against the gate. Yup. We have to move back to the detention center. Hello, how was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Why is her name Old Bag? Because she's an old lady. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I'd never do that. Earlier said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry. But I swear to you, on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. And about the security guard at the main gate. Oh yeah, that lady? She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking. Yeah, actually, she said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio. But let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. She's got some nerve. Do you think you could write us a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. I just hope this will get me past the security lady. Alright guys, let's go back to the studio main gate to go say hi to the old bag. And let's present her with the document proving Will Powers' request for an attorney. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Petrie. Oh, wait, no. WP, Will Powers. WP's in prison again. Oh, no. Yes, I recognize the boldest child is Scrow. Powers' request given to the security lady. To think he would entrust his fate to youths on such unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass, but only left from here toward the studios. No going to the right. That's the employees' area. No one's allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself. Hey, Nick. Huh? There are maps in the security guard station. Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents. You met my past self in Fire Emblem. What if we kissed? Damn, you must be getting far in that story. October 16th, Studio 1 entrance.
Hey, aren't you that murderer from the other day?
Ah! It's that confused detective.
Hey, pal, you know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window.
So? Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt.
You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart.
Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Well, we're on this case too, pal.
Huh? You can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait.
I'd say he's a character, all right.
So, how's your investigation going, Detective?
Well,
Hey, I can't tell you that, pal.
Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions.
Right. So, Detective, mind if I take a look at what you got?
What I got?
The autopsy report, the latest version, if you please.
Right.
Sorry about what happened last time, pal. 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. cause pierced through the chest by a spear. Why was Mr. Powers arrested? What's up, Chug? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered the Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30, and that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate.
Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up.
About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady, what a charmer. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee.
Remember what Powers said, she's a sucker for authority.
She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence.
What?
What kind of evidence? Well, that photo. The photo of the Steel Samurai heading toward the scene of the crime.
What? Who took that?
See the camera up on the gate, pal?
The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign?
Yeah. Whenever someone walks by that camera, automatically snaps a photo of them.
Oh, no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished.
Honey, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that.
We'd like to ask the employees here some questions.
Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found.
Glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go. We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out.
Let's examine the area, you know what I mean? Hey, there's a camera here. That's the security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went there. There's a number plate on the camera, ST1307. That must be the camera ID number, ST1307. Write that down, ST1307. It was in red, so it's important. The studio mascot. I guess it's monkey. It's a monkey of some kind. What kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1, left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted. Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it too. ST1307. We are geniuses in this place. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a card key to get in. It makes sense that they want to keep the non-employees out. Nick, look! That security lady's in the guard station stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts. Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need to chew them. Hey, you! Well, you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? Ugh. She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took that photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. About the security camera. Oh, yeah, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through that gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Bam! Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture, too. But I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on the computer over there in the security guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do. Was the victim, Mr. Hammer, a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was past tense? Oh, yes. He was great as the bearded samurai.
That too, yeah. He's shown the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate, it's a disgrace, I tell you. Emma took it pretty hard, and who can blame him? This guard station is an essential position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1 p.m. The murder happened right around 2:30, see? The only one I see go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one who did it, I don't know who is.
Maybe it was you.
Yeah!
Good one. She thinks I was joking. Security guard station. That security lady must like junk food. There's a mountain of it on the desk. I can see the computer that runs the security camera. Employee area. Doing her voice makes my voice tired, because her voice has to be an old lady voice. If she doesn't have an old lady voice, I don't want to be alive. October 16th. Globo Studios, employee area. Nick! This is where they do all the behind-the-scenes stuff. Hey, look, there's a Powers dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Let's examine the area, people. Let's examine the area. We gotta slide around. There's an open vent right here. Metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through there, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest, right? Hey, I'm not a kid. She is a kid. She's 17. She's a little baby. She's a little baby. Ain't that right, Twitch chat? Everybody's a baby. It's not 86. The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There are T-bones on one of the plates minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What? She just had a burger. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, eh? Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh. It's so normal. I expected some cool themed snacks or something. Popcorn, at least. Wait, look. Samurai soda. Nick, try this. Ladies first. Hey, it's disgusting. Oh my god, who would have thought? Willpowers. The door to the dressing room, it's not locked. Hey, Nick, let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir. What do you mean, find? You never know. There might be something like the samurai spear. We don't need a spear. And that's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. That's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. October 16th. Y'all ever take a bite out of something and your two front teeth grind against your bottom front teeth and you want to die? Every day. You ever take a bite out of something and accidentally bite your lip? And you're like, ooh! Or bite your tongue, and you're like, ooh! And then you want to die? For like 20 seconds. Powers' dressing room, so this is where he was sleeping. Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right. And there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I sure hope he's telling the truth. Let's examine the room. This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look, an employee card key. That must be Powers. It says Studio One. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it. You mean borrow. Card key added to the court record. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this lady have? This lady's got so many stomachs. There's some regular suits here. There's some regular suits here among the costumes. Those must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of the costumes. I'd say you're already wearing one myself. Man, that's toxic. Game Nerd Burgle Banana. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap yesterday. Is there anything else to inspect? There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Whoa, this is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? I, kind of like samurai movies. Kinda. This lady's crazy, man. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I see my hair is still nice and spiky, just how I like it. We're not missing anything here, are we? Window, yep. We're not missing anything, I don't think. All right, let's move back to the main gate. And now let's move to outside Studio 1. And now let's move to Studio... Oh, wait. Wait a minute. I thought we were supposed to go to Studio 1 from here. Wait a minute. How do we get to Studio 1? Petri, how far behind are you? That was so long ago, or maybe I read that long ago. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. Beep! It opened! Alright, we're in! She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Listen, I'm in character here. October 16th, Studio 1. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you all the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so... real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here, and the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Alright, nobody move. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny. I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess that costume must have absorbed most of it. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh. What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting is fine, but I'd want to be the director or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. No shot, lady. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Phoenix Wright just sleepy actually'd her. Whoa, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Hey, you, no touching that. I'm sorry, my partner's kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Ooh, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP! He's in jail. WP? Oh, we're Tom in his prime. WP! I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit, but do what you can for WP, okay? He never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry. Leave it to us. Let's talk to this lady for a second. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yeah, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see? Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studios isn't doing so well right now, and yesterday was our only rehearsal for our action sequence. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequence in the employee area. WP and Hammer are there, along with everyone else. The employee area? That's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private. What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm not. I'm sure you're a fine girl. I'm sorry. So much for getting confirmation on Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry. I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue, a lead, a titty. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe. No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't the security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks, that helps a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Is there anything else we can examine? Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah. Let's go talk to that security lady. October 16th, Global Studios main gate. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30? Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am! Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Leak. Alright, you better tell me, and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Huh? She's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins are like that nowadays, right? Okay, yeah, she's talking. Yeah. I have 37 Discord messages I need to get through. Wait a minute. She left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Those damn fucking birds. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. 37? Nah, it was just a bunch of pings from people streaming. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick. Looks like I just have to enter a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. Looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1 p.m. that was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the... Oh, God. STI 307. There. Entered. Hey! It printed out the data for the date. Let's see what we got. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one always that wears the suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m. Photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day? Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers photo added to the court record. Hey, Nick! Can't we use this photo as evidence for trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right. We'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. 40 minutes in, to be continued. Now, chat, I think it's time for it to be to be continued next time. Which is right now, baby! Oh, get ready your stretches. It's time. It's time to continue this. We're continuing it right now. It's only 5 o'clock. We got time. Ugh. I need to go roll out my back quickly. YouTube Let's Play, skip like 2 minutes ahead. I'll be right back. Oh. Oh. Are we ready to continue? Did I stretch? I stretched everything. I just rolled out my back as well. Rolled out my back and everything. Let's continue. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 4. Court is in session, people. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Globo Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area, right here. This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. Now, up here is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. But past the security station is the gate. You see right here, the gate. We have the gate right here. Past that area are the studios. We have Studio 1 in here. This is the scene of the murder where we found the body. Now, on that day, on the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area right here until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to the Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nah. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. The spear was found stuck in the chest. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Wide vibe. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Ooh.
Ugh. Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need you'll be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So Pads just call me Grandma.
She's gonna talk for a little bit. We're gonna let her talk. We're gonna let her talk. We don't need. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yeah, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. That's what I say about Twitch. Chat.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some rare errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 p.m. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
What up, Glacial? You saw the defendant then, Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Burr? Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Uh, 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since morning. Hold it! A run-through? They were working on a scene between the Steel Samurai and Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 p.m. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 that afternoon, so Paris was distressed from sleep and talking about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon?
I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 p.m. when I got to the guard station.
Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope, he'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next. Now, it happens at 2:30. Interests me because a certain man walked by at 2 p.m. Hold it! 2 p.m. You're sure?
Sure spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
Hold it! So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Get wax in your ears, Sonny. This is your chance. Time to pull out that secret weapon. I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
Get ready. I love it. My favorite thing, the objection. Is A1 here for this? A1 is the biggest Ace Attorney fan I know. Objection! Let me get this straight, Miss Old Bag. You've been saying yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-O Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can claim to see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True. Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that does not mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised.
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed of all yourself. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective.
He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal.
He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. Testimony time.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Okay, hold it. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's clearly dragging his leg, clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had a sprained ankle? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. But, okay. She said she saw him trip and fall. But we know earlier she said she was running errands that morning. Hold it! Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh! So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped to make it better, of course.
You helped him make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony.
He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. You can see he's dragging his leg. See, clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
I am not happy. Hold it! Still, you can look at this and say it's Mr. Powers. Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg. He has a point. It does seem like likely. Hold it! Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there to fix it with my duct tape.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. The murder weapon, a break in the shaft, has been mended with duct tape. I think we've heard enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me, which is, where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The victim did see the steel samurai, yes? And it is clear for that person the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. And allow me to remove the doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Continued. Testimony.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to do with this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay.
Time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. The only person you saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there.
Objection! Your Honor! Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sir, Sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. See ya, Emmy.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security.
Oh yeah, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October 15th, really, Sonny.
What up, Natalie? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order! 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 Order in the courtroom! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for the one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Watch your mouth, you whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these new fangled computer things. Edgy boy, help.
Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
That's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Shouldn't there be a no, she turned the camera on at 1 p.m. and that's when she got to the station at 1 p.m. and that's when Jack Hammer went to the station.
Sleepy booty.
And the camera wasn't on probably, so she got there at 1 p.m. and he was already there, so they didn't see the victim. Platypus, thanks for the tier 2 for 37 months. Let's go. Big love in the chat for Platypus. Thank you for the tier 2. I hope you're doing good, Sleepy Booty.
Well, yeah, I guess you could put it that way.
Order! Order! I see. Your testimony, please. What happened? This court is out of order, Okami. Every day after I finish my god duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security camera and check them. I throw out any pictures that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. What up, Stray? How you doing? What up, Cloud as well? Hello. One other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Hold it! Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about on that day. Wait a second. Didn't you say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What? Order! Order in the court. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his ass. The other one was a boy who looked to be in about the 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. The court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Yes, yay. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Powers! Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to that studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone wanting to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? Firstly, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could have conceivably done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sound like that. I need water. Oh. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios is a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. WP! Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order! Interesting. Let us hear what you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Right, great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this other person that could have... Mr. Powers could have committed the crime? Who could have committed the crime? Sit down and think about it for a minute. We have three possibilities. We have the assistant girl, who we throw under the bus. The grade school boy. What up, Viper boy? And then the security lady. We only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes, well, a couple times in a lifetime, I'd say, if you're a lawyer. I 100% cannot remember, because I'll be honest, this is the last case we did 5 months ago. I don't remember every single detail. Really, any of them could have. Any of them could have done it. It was the assistant. The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. She stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai. So they're saying the Steel Samurai in the picture is really the assistant? That's correct, Your Honor. If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Remember the photo. Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot. Oh, bad feeling this time. Remember, the testimony concerning Powers' injury. Powers and poor Hammer were at the run-through. Oh, and me? What about the assistant? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops. I think she didn't know about Powers' ankle. Fuck. The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai look with that costume, but she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped. What up, XJD? One more chance. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. The Steel Samurai's dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper? Order, order. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. Fucking idiot. Fucking idiot judge. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes too, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he need to jump out an objection to some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it?
Is that it?
Edgy boy, don't you just sit there. Do something. Ooh.
That's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take the whole thing.
The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect is this in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
Why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be nice to the kids and not to your elders?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed, then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder? Hey, Erica.
Take that!
Take that! The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. The court will suspend the proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Twitch chat is adjourned.
Wait a second.
Never mind.
I'm not going to just sit here and run off the bargain. I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom?
Huh. I mean, it isn't Edgeworth who told him not to talk.
Well, testify.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people on the studios that day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're gonna be accusing me, I'm not gonna let them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
This isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Hold it!
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through on their action scene without a director?
Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2?
There was a Studio 2? Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was falling over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? Continue.
Hold it!
Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convinced about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions. Take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. W.P. The court acknowledges the defense's point that The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we've just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings and the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really? It's nothing.
Or should I say... We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating, and we have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks, guys. To be continued. Next time. Make sure you like and subscribe on the Let's Play channel. Hour and 16 minutes. I think it's a good point to save. Like and subscribe for more. Yeah. Let me end this.